Top of the top. What's popping? What's cracking? What's good? Y'all know the vibes. Y'all know what time it is. We back in the fucking building. Everybody pull up. What up, Alan? Good morning, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Tapping in all the way from England. You understand? And the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give a shout out and a thanks and praise to my brother Sincere Jackson for the Cash App yesterday morning after the show. And I told y'all whenever I get donations, I will give you your shout out. I'm gonna give you your clout on the show. You understand? Because I very much appreciate every donation. I don't care if it's $1. You know what I'm saying? I look at it all the same because it feels good when people appreciate you putting that work in. You know what I'm saying? It feels good to get paid for the work you do. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you come from the street. And especially when you know what I'm saying? It's one thing to get a job or have a job, you know what I'm saying? And you get paid for a lot of hard labor working on that clock. But when you're doing something that you like to do and you giving back to the people and people appreciate it, you know what I'm saying? That's called motivation. You dig? And I'm going to say, y'all pulled up real fast. You dig? Top of the morning. Diz ENY, my brother. Young News, salute. G Mac 914 and my boy T History. You dig? That's what I'm talking about. The dot. We in the building. You understand? Y'all already know how this shit go down, man. And we got a show today. We got some shit to talk about today because this shit is getting ugly, man. And there's some funny shit going on out here, man. You understand? But today's news, man, it's kind of, we're going to be dealing with the crime wave, man. We're going to be dealing with the shit that's going on in America right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's the 4NOFAME Prime Time, episode 50. You understand? Episode 50, man. I did 50 shows. And y'all helped me do it. You understand? We about to get into this shit today. You heard? And I'm going to set it off with the first topic. Now, it's a man. Y'all saw the man who first got arrested. I don't know if a lot of y'all seen him, but it's a man, right? He been given 9 years. 9 years for 1.5 million in PPP loans. You understand? And I'm also going to be talking about El Chapo wife and how she recently got 3 years. Then I'm also going to be speaking about the rapper, you know, the brother Mac Miller, and how 2 men was charged with giving him lace pills with fentanyl. You dig? And that was really why he overdosed. He didn't overdose just from the pills. They say he would have survived, he would have lived, but he actually died from the Fetty Wap. You understand? That's why he died. And I'm gonna be getting into that about this whole chemical warfare you've been seeing. You dig? And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. It all ties in with the mental health. You know, they knew people would be losing their mind in these last days and people would pop a lot of pills. And I told you about how they paid niggas like Future to promote Molly and Percocets because they already knew the Molly and Percocets was going to be laced with Fetty Wap. You dig? Fentanyl, for those who don't know, I call it Fetty Wap. I've been calling it Fetty Wap before Fetty Wap even got charged with it. Me and my mans made that up a couple years ago. You dig? Cold word. Now, AP Wiz, what up, bro? Randy Nichols. Let's get into this. Let's get into this PPP loan, man. Now, the first thing I'm gonna say, right? Everybody had to do what they had to do in the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people did the PPP loan, and I definitely feel for y'all. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully everybody not gonna get in trouble. But I'm gonna say if you did take a lot of money off that PPP loan, you need to be setting up a way to start paying them back. Or even number 2, you need to get low. You know what I'm saying? Because right now this dude is the poster child. And whenever you see something on the news on a big scale, that lets you know it's about to start happening on a lower scale. Because I told you, they always use poster children for the promotion of what they're about to do. That's why sometimes you got to pay attention to the news, because they'll tell you one time how it's going to go down. You know what I'm saying? They give you fair warning. Then after that, it's lit. You dig? And this particular dude, I think his name is Lee. You know, he scammed 1.5 million in PPP loans. And the whole key of what he did, right? It's one thing to get the money, but he didn't even take the money and try to act like he had a business. He didn't even try to act like, you know what I'm saying, he was trying to clean the money up. But even though he got charged with money laundering, you dig? This dumb motherfucker, right? This dumb motherfucker pleaded guilty in court to charges of wire fraud, money laundering, you dig? And back in September, he lied and said he had employees. And he said that all his employees totaled up to 375,000. You understand? That's what he said his payroll was, 375,000 for 50 employees. Now, a lot of people that know about mathematics, for one, that don't even make no sense. All right? And he claimed he had 50 employees on the payroll, and his payroll was 375,000. But for those that don't know, this is what the fool blew the money on. You dig? He bought a Lamborghini. He bought a Ford F-150 truck. He bought a Rolex. He spent $2,000 in a strip club. This dumb motherfucker spent $700 at the liquor store. And he spent $2,500 at nightclubs. So that just shows you he's another wannabe rapper ass nigga. You know, because a lot of people did take that money and they wanted to be rappers for a little while. You did. They wanted to buy rapper jewelry. They wanted to go to the club, show off them stacks. Y'all remember a year back when everybody was online with them stacks and them racks. You feel me? Everybody was rich overnight. Y'all remember? Yeah, a lot of you YouTube niggas, y'all was getting a whole lot of donations during the PPP era, and you thought that money was gonna last forever too. You know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of y'all niggas homeless right now too, because y'all niggas thought y'all was gonna blow up over PPP money that was given to you in the form of donations. You understand? But I'm trying to tell y'all, right? For those that don't know, that whole PPP loan was a setup. And I said before, a lot of people that took the bait put themselves back in bondage, which is slavery. Because the only way you could be a slave is you have to break crimes in America and you become a slave. You dig? You become state property, federal property, government property, whatever you want to call it, right? That's what you become. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like back in the days when you had to buy your way out of slavery, that's why I'm telling you straight up. If you took this money, you better start trying to pay your way out of slavery right now. You better go ahead, bow down, and start trying to pay that money back before they got to knock kicking your door and ruin your whole life. You did? Because this motherfucker right here, he wanted to be a rapper. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to be Quavo or somebody. I don't know. But this dumbass motherfucker, right? He bought a Lamborghini, a Ford F-150, and we know he could have did better than the Ford F-150. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you're gonna scam, you scam all the way. You don't just scam a little bit. You go all in. You dig? The nigga could have actually bought some property. He could have put some property in some other people's name. He could have did some shit. But this nigga bought a Lamborghini, a Ford F-150, a Rolex, and spent $2 in the strip club. And the dumb nigga spent $700 at the liquor store. And then he spent $2,500 at the nightclub. You dig? So he was going to strip clubs, nightclubs. The nigga was club hopping, and he thought he was a rapper. He thought he was VIP. You dig? And I'm pretty sure he tricked a lot of people into thinking he was a small millionaire, some type of shit, right? But this fool ass nigga, right? He also paid off a loan on a residential property. So he probably already had a crib in his name and had a loan through the bank legitimately. But once he paid it off with that PPP money, you know they taking that house. They done took that house already. You dig? And that's what I'm trying to tell you, right? And he also, the justice system, the Justice Department, they got back 700,000 of that money. So he didn't even spend it all. But he was busy trying to be a rapper and blow money fast like Big Meech. And this motherfucker got caught up and his dumb ass got 9 years. You hear me? And I'm gonna get into some shit on how, like I said, some people do crimes, they only gonna get 1 year, 2 years, 6 months, ankle bracelet. This man did a scam and spent half the money and got 9 years. Because I'm trying to tell you, this whole shit was a setup. And a lot of people that was trying to bait y'all in with these PPP loans, those were agents. They had agents in position to provoke you, promote you to do this shit. And then you'll see these same people, after they got you to take the bait, they cut off the top and then they got low. You got people that made $1 million just at middlemen in the whole situation. You did just putting people on to the loans. They were skinning money off the top, getting their thousands off the top just for plugging you in with the money. And those people are clean because their name is not on no contract. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It was a lot of agents on Facebook, Instagram, all outlets had agents in place to provoke you and to promote PPP loans. And then they told you what? Oh, it's free money. You can pay it back. You don't got to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? And then you also have legitimate businesses that scammed the money, meaning they took more than they were supposed to have. And a lot of people put their real business in jeopardy. Because I'm telling you, this was all a setup. And approval was all a setup, right? We see right after they scammed the money, we saw everybody name that did it pop up online. That's why to this day, anybody, if you know their government name, you can actually look them up and see if they scammed this money. And that was all by design as well, because y'all know any other time you do a loan, you understand, they don't put that information out there. But some people say they've been putting this type of information online, you know, loans for small businesses. People say they've been doing that. But this is my whole point. You had a lot of stupid motherfuckers, right? That was putting fake ass businesses, right? And we know everything could be seen on Google if you have a real business. You had motherfuckers lying about employees, not even trying to make it look right. You had people making up names and fake names, but was using their real social. Stupid shit like that. So I'm trying to show you how you had a lot of people selling people out because they wanted their money and they was feeding you to the fire. You know what I'm saying? They was setting you up for failure. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. A lot of people are shaking in their boots right now because they scared they're gonna come for that PPP loan. Then you had some people that were scary and they just did $1,000, 2,000, you know, a little 3,000 here and there, 4,000. It don't matter. If you was gonna do it, you should have just went all in. I'm gonna say that because if I was on my crime shit, my criminal shit, I'd have went all in too. Fuck it. At least I would have paid off some shit. I'd have looked out for some people. You know, I'd have got some positive things done with some of that money, and I would have buried some of that money in the ground. And then when they came to get me, I just would have had to do my time and come home to some more money. You dig? I would have went all out. That's me. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have been buying no Lambos. I'd have been just laying low. The same way he bought a Lambo, he could have bought like 4-5 cars or just some, you know what I'm saying, some average shit. You know, I'm just being real. This nigga wanted to be a rapper. And that's why this dumb nigga got 9 years. So now we already know he's not going to be driving that Lambo. You dig? He ain't going to have no F-150 and that Rolex is up out of here. Nigga, you ain't going to be doing no more shining because you're going to be behind that wall now. You feel me? All money ain't good money. You always heard that shit, but these are facts. Sometimes you got to wait your turn to shine. You know, sometimes you got to put that work in and you got to get your soul right. And then sometimes those big blessings will come right before you, or you'll get led to some blessings. You dig? That's what I'm trying to tell you. Everything ain't about no fucking money, because you can get that money real fast, but then, you know, when your life is over with, life goes on and you ain't got nothing. Now he's going to be in jail, mopping floors, you know, trying to work in the kitchen, trying to get his GED and stupid shit like that. All because he wanted what? 15 minutes of fame. Y'all heard it before. 15 minutes of fame costing this man 9 years in federal penitentiary. So that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. A lot of that shit was a setup. And also, that dumb nigga, Kwame Brown, he also did the PPP loan, allegedly. You did? Because we know that nigga is in court right now for child support, and his baby mom's been at his neck. He only want to give her $600 a month. You feel me? And he's a bum ass nigga. That's why he been on YouTube trying to get all them donations, trying to get all those super chats, and he talk about nothing. That's why when you watch people like Kwame Brown, after a while, you will start feeling retarded. And I'm not talking about because he's from down south with a southern drawl. I'm talking about that's a nigga that came out of high school and the nigga didn't really have no education anyway. Y'all know in high school, we all been to high school. We all know the athletes in high school, we trying to get people to do their homework. We also know the teachers be passing them because they're a good player. And a lot of these NBA players and football players, they get passed through high school. And when they get out of high school, they really be stupid as fuck. I'm going to be real. And Kwame Brown is another motherfucker that came out of high school that was pushed through the system. And he came out and he was very stupid. Then he got on you know what I'm saying? This nigga been on YouTube for years. He just was a fan. You did? That's like me. I've been had this page, you did? Because I've been smart enough to know You gotta like say, boom, if you plan on doing business, you're supposed to secure the name first. So I've been secured the name, but I wasn't using this page until I was ready. The same way you had niggas like Kwame Brown online watching everybody. You know, he was a spectator. And then when times got hard, this nigga started trying to come out with commentary, and he started trying to diss motherfuckers to get his name popping because he knew his baby mother had his ass in court. And also Kwame Brown, he did a $20,000 loan that I seen for myself. And nigga was capping, talking about he had a lawn care service. The nigga Kwame Brown was also online capping, talking about he got a $1.5 million home. When niggas looked his shit up, Tommy Sotomayor blew the nigga up. When I looked into it, the nigga had a home that was foreclosed on, and when he bought it, he only bought it for $700,000 himself. See, he was capping his ass off. The house is worth 1.5 million, but that was like in 2014 or some shit. He's a bum ass nigga. Don't let him fool you. That's why you keep seeing that nigga in that same dusty ass room. You feel me? That house is a foreclosed house, and they just fixed it up a little bit. That nigga is just like me and you. Only reason why Kwame Brown got clout because he had a name for the NBA, and yes, he was a fucking bum, and yes, he fucking was trash. And that's why you also see Kwame Brown. Let's be real, and this ain't about no race. But we got to keep it real. You know I keep it real. I don't play. You never seen Kwame Brown bashing nobody but black people. You understand? You never seen, and then Kwame Brown had the nerve to be going at the necks of small YouTubers, small content creators. He was going at their neck because people, you know, some of us also feel like Kwame Brown is a YouTube agent, and his whole purpose was to fuck up the algorithm anyway. That's why you'll see, I said it again, certain niggas, some of these big YouTube niggas, they made it hot for niggas like me. That's why it's all these stipulations, all this, you can't say this, you can't do that. After they let these other niggas get all the money, do what the fuck they want to do. Now, if you're trying to come up, you got to worry about this and that. You understand? They make it hard for you to come up now. But niggas like Kwame Brown was put in place because he was an NBA failure. You know, they say that man got little hands. You dig? And they said Jordan used to talk straight shit to him and treat him like trash. You dig? And I already said how I think Michael Jordan or his dad. I think Michael Jordan daddy is that nigga daddy. You feel me? Because if you know about Michael Jordan dad, he was going from North Carolina to South Carolina. He was moving all around in them Carolinas. And this nigga Kwame Brown is a South Carolina nigga. You dig? And it's no coincidence how he tall and look damn near just like Jordan, his pops. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say allegedly, but he's a fucking failure. Don't let him tell you nothing otherwise. And he's a fucking, that nigga was smoking that hookah like he was hitting a crack pipe. You did? But when I baked him on one of my first videos about mama's hooking, how he always steaming that hookah, he stopped doing that shit on camera. You did? Because that nigga face looked like he's a smoked out crackhead. Let's be real. Go back to Kwame Brown old pictures, you'll see he was chunky. Now you look at him now, he looks smoked out. And I'm not even playing. He looks smoked the fuck out. Then you also see he had weed charges, all type of shit. He's a bum ass nigga. Don't let him fool you. But a lot of y'all thought Kwame Brown was real. Don't get me wrong. I was fucking with him at first. Guess why? Because he was speaking the truth. I never liked Stephen A when he was on Stephen A neck. And it was fucked up. Stephen A was going around bashing that boy. You dig? I know ESPN has Stephen A going around bashing that boy to discredit, young brothers coming out the hood. They got a chance to make it to the NBA. Stephen A job was to go around college to college bashing that man and to discredit all the young brothers trying to come up in the NBA. I also was fucking with Kwame Brown when he was coming at Charlamagne the God because we know Charlamagne the God did that foul shit to Jessica Reed. We know that. You know what I'm saying? He's not charged for rape, but we know Charlamagne the God was a pill dropper and he was trying to finesse Jessica Reed. And Kwame Brown was on Charlamagne the God neck. But this is what I want you to see. A lot of people only cared about Jessica Reed when it was for clout. People like Kwame Brown, Choke No Joke, they was using that girl for clout. They didn't care about her story because all them niggas in the bed together. And these are facts. You dig? All them niggas cool with each other. So that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Hold up. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, right? All this shit is set up because they was using that girl for clout when the whole time all of these niggas are cool with each other. And now you'll see nobody really let Jessica Reed on their platform because they was using her. Kwame Brown is a bum ass nigga. Don't let him fool you. That's why he's on YouTube every day. I told you this nigga was going live more than the average YouTuber. He's supposed to be a celebrity. You feel me? But let him tell it. You know, he care about the youth. He's another nigga that care about the youth. And I told you, all these niggas use the youth for a finesse game to prey on your pockets. You dig? Nigga was talking about code, and what made me get on that nigga neck, for those that already know, and some of y'all don't know, I got on his neck because he kept trying to push a narrative that black boys have a 4th grade reading level. And like I said, common sense, we know that ain't true because we know it's a lot of children that's in the 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, so on and so forth. We know it's black people that graduate every year. So why the fuck you keep talking about all these black kids have a 4th grade reading level? No, nigga, you have a 4th grade reading level. And only time you talk professional is when you talk to those white people, nigga. That's it. But I'm not gonna go into him. But my whole point about Kwame Brown is he also did the PPP loan for 20 bands that I seen myself for a fake ass lawn care business. But then he want to sit on YouTube every day more than all of us and act like he better than us. And that's why I said he's a clown. But for those that just pulled in, you understand, this brother by the name of Lee, y'all saw him. He was one of the first to get snatched up. His dumb ass got 9 years for PPP scamming. You did? His ass is up out of here. We won't be seeing him to 2030, period. So you got to ask yourself, was that money worth it? I don't think it was. You heard? Salute to the chat. Salute to the family. What's poppin'? 183rd. What's going on, 5? What's going on, bro? You understand? Mr. X, the homie. What's going on? There's NY. I see y'all in the building. Kendra Farmer. Good morning. You know what I'm saying? We about to get it going. You know what I'm saying? Life goes on. I see y'all. You know what I'm saying? I will be running through the chat, letting the chat shine. Y'all know how I do. You know what I'm saying? But we getting started, man. Next topic. Let's check this shit out. El Chapo wife gets 3 years. This shit crazy. The wife of El Chapo, right, had her hands in the pot. She was getting down and dirty. She only got 3 years. And we know a lot of people that done got caught with 8 balls, couple of grams here and there, and them niggas got 5 years plus. Good morning, Miss Playful. I see you, the net detective, always on the job. Well, good morning, Queen. Now check this out. We know, right? We know when Bill Clinton and them came in, they created that law where, you know, if you get caught with 5 grams of crack, that's 5 years. But if you get caught with an ounce of cocaine powder, you get the same time, 5 years. Because they knew that the rich like powder and then the poor, they like crack. So that's why I say the poor or the urban community, you dig, you got 5 years for a little bit of crack. Just like right now, you get caught a little bit of crack, you're gonna do 5 years. You know, you get caught with some Molly, your ass doing 7 years. You get caught with some heroin, you're getting 7 years. You get caught with some E-pills, you're getting like 5 to 7 years off the rip. But the wife of El Chapo, the motherfucking kingpin of our recent times, right? His wife only got 3 years. And she pleaded guilty to money laundering and conspiracy to distribute cocaine, meth, heroin, and marijuana. Now, another thing I'm gonna speak on, which some of y'all might not know and some of y'all do know, a lot of y'all was popping Molly. You dig? Now, in the beginning, Molly was official. It was the main core drug of ecstasy. You did the MMDA. If I'm saying it correctly, you understand? But we know some of us indulge in E-pills, and some of us have tried Molly when it first came out. But it was a transition that happened a couple years ago, and I've been peep game, that people thought they was doing Molly, but they really was popping meth. You did? He was popping that meth. That's why you'll start seeing a lot of people that became Molly heads, allegedly. They started looking crazy in the face, shriveling up, getting real dry, losing weight real fast, and they started desecrating. Their skin, their flesh started deteriorating, because that's what that meth do. Motherfuckers up for 3, 4, 5 days straight. That was that meth. That's why you think you'll never hear nobody getting caught for Molly. You always hear the word meth. Because a lot of shit y'all thought was Molly is fucking meth. Crystal meth. And crystal meth is nothing new. Back in the days, they called it ice when crack was out. It just was only on the West Coast. It was only down south, like in, you know, Mississippi, things of that nature. It used to be called ice, but it's the same shit, crystal meth. A lot of people thought they was popping Molly, but they popping crystal meth to this day. That's why if you get caught with Molly, you're going to get charged with crystal meth. I'm trying to tell y'all, these are facts. El Chapo wife, she only got 3 years for money laundering, conspiracy to distribute cocaine, meth, heroin, and marijuana. Now let's get into this shit because we know, right? Basically, how I look at this, El Chapo wife was sanctioned to flood the communities with all the drugs. And after she did a good job, she got a slap on the wrist. And she's already been locked up for how long? So that's already time served. So she probably only got a couple more months, and she's gonna probably get an ankle bracelet. She'll be home. I know for a fact she was locked up longer than a year already. You dig? And she's not gonna do the whole 3 years behind that wall because it was a job well done. You gotta feel me. See, we always heard the stories of how the drugs get in America, how they get to the community, how they get to the black community, and in the so-called poor white trash community, how the drugs get there. And we always said we don't bring it across the border. We don't fly no planes. We don't push no ships. But they always had to have certain people to come through the borders and let them do what they got to do, the dirty work. And then when they do the dirty work, they give them a slap on the wrist because somebody has to do the dirty work. Somebody got to take out the trash. Y'all know that. Somebody got to work for sanitation. So the government allegedly allows certain people to be big time drug dealers like Alpo and a few others. The real Rick Ross, he was a sanctioned drug dealer too, to flood the communities, make a lot of people die, for drug wars, killings, overdoses, stealing, theft, turn the whole country out. And then when it's all said and done, they come back home. How the fuck you think Rick Ross back home now? The real Rick Ross. How you think he back home? Because the nigga was sanctioned to do what he do. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. They might get their little 15 years. Yeah, sometimes they might get little 20, but them niggas done sold about a fucking 1,000, 2,000 bricks. Well, you got niggas from the hood get life if they get caught with one brick, they get life. Y'all know there's people locked up right now that got caught with a brick and they got life. It's niggas back in the weed days. Don't get it fucked up. When weed was one of the top drugs, if you got caught with a certain amount of pounds, you got life. And that was just weed. It's certain brothers in jail right now for having pounds of weed. But this bitch, El Chapo wife, only got 3 years. And she's one of the main ones responsible for flooding the black community. We also heard this same story with CEO Chris, who was down with Tekashi 6ix9ine. And that's why I told you that, to me, in my opinion, that whole thing was a fucking operation. It was an operation, a federal operation disguised as rap. They sent him in there like Jay Reed from In Too Deep. It's just that he was a rapper. You dig? They used him to play the innocent Spanish boy role to infiltrate the gang. They knew the gang would want the money, and they knew some brothers would sell out, and they gave him finances and let him pay his way into blood. You dig? As well as CEO Chris. They let him pay his way into blood. And when it was all said and done, everybody went to jail, and them niggas still home. You gotta know the game. And also show you these niggas didn't do their homework because CEO Chris, who was selling bricks of fentanyl, selling bricks of heroin, you dig, putting hits out on motherfuckers, that nigga was down about 7 different gangs. I seen that nigga throwing up Latin King. I see that nigga throwing up Mexican Mafia. I see that nigga throwing up Crip. I see that nigga throwing up Denver Lane Bloods. I see that nigga throwing up non-trade gangster. I see that nigga throwing up folk. That nigga was down with every fucking gang because he was an agent. That's why he's home somewhere chilling, and the nigga might be listening to the show right now. I'm gonna be real, because that's how they move. You did? And I told you, Tekashi and them niggas, they had a plan from the beginning. That's why he's home, and that's why he's behind that whole Clubhouse shit. Because Clubhouse is another federal operation. What it's about, getting information, right? Loading that information into them data banks, gathering information about new stories, old stories, and then some people might just start getting brought up on charges. Or when some of these brothers try to come home, they're gonna try to figure out why the fuck they can't get parole. You dig? I'm trying to tell y'all what's going on, right? You also got to know about WAC 100 history. Some people seen the picture when WAC 100 used to be a police officer, and also prove that. We also heard stories about how Death Row had federal agents with them, and they also had police on the payroll. So who's to say Suge Knight did not hire WAC as a police officer? And even though he's Pyru, when you're in California, you down with the hood as soon as you born. Like as soon as you start coming outside, you down with the gang. But don't mean you was a killer, and don't mean you was shooting nothing. You dig? That's how this shit worked. So we don't know if WAC 100 was already a police officer from the rip. And I remember Gonzo blowing him up, but him and Gonzo had a back and forth. And may Gonzo rest in peace, but Gonzo was the first one I seen show that picture of WAC 100 in that police uniform. But now he's the almighty Pyru. And he's doing all of this while Suge Knight is in jail and everybody laying low. And he's the main nigga behind what? Clubhouse. And he's also the main nigga that what? Stamped 6ix9ine. When nobody was fucking with 6ix9ine, Wack 100 got in your face and co-signed that boy. Because 6ix9ine is very comfortable with Wack because Wack has that type of protection. And I'm not talking about gangster protection. You see? Trying to tell y'all what's going on. That's why you're seeing Clubhouse, or you're seeing the Dummy Boy Nation, Troll Nation, all that shit go hand in hand, and 6ix9ine is behind it all. They are agent provocateurs. That's why they've been trying to stir up the East Coast, stir up New York drama, stir up all this drama. You dig? And come with misinformation on purpose. See, they come with the misinformation because they know some of you dumb niggas are gonna come with the real information. And then it's all recorded, documented. And it will be used against some people in the court of law at a further date. You feel me? Trying to show y'all the game. But certain people are sanctioned to do certain things and you not. That's what you got to understand. So this is why El Chapo wife only got 3 years. You feel me? Even though her husband, her man, was the biggest drug dealer in our modern time. You feel me? And we can say that they are responsible for destroying America and destroying American communities with their motherfucking toxic ass drugs. It's some people that still turned out on drugs to this day, right? And that's on the strength of El Chapo wife. Let's be real. So that's what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. This bitch only got 3 years. But let you go outside right now and get caught with the wrong drug, you might be gone for 10 years, and we ain't gonna see you, like I said, the 2031, we ain't gonna see none of y'all. Get caught with some shit on you, watch what happens. And all you're gonna be trying to do is feed your family, you understand? Pay your rent, pay your bills, you know, but you're gonna get fried because these laws are put in place on purpose. El Chapo wife only got 3 years. So swallow that pill and let's really see what's going on. You hear me? All this shit is sanctioned. Next, 2 men charged with supplying fentanyl-laced pills that led to rapper Mac Miller's fatal overdose. You understand? They pleaded guilty to federal drug distribution charges. They admit to serving fake oxycodone pills. You heard? Reeves, which is one of their names, he admitted he knew that the pills contained fentanyl or some other controlled substance. Mac Miller would not have died, but the pills contain fentanyl. And they say that fentanyl is 100 more times potent than morphine. And these are 2 more motherfuckers sanctioned to sell drugs, selling straight up death. And guess what? They're not being charged with murder. See, that's the whole key. You ain't Pete. They're not being charged with murder. They being charged with supplying fentanyl-laced pills that led to the rapper's death. You understand? They getting drug charges, but they're not getting no murder charge. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Look how many people in the hood has been dying of fucking overdoses around the world. Those are bodies. Somebody been out here catching a lot of bodies. And that shit is deeper than the fucking vax. It's deeper than all that other shit you're hearing about. They knew that they would put so much stress on your brain, so much trauma, that some people would become weak and start experimenting with drugs. And they knew eventually they was gonna lace a lot of them drugs and kill a lot of people, allegedly. That's why I keep telling y'all. Remember a couple years ago, I said it again. Some things I gotta repeat that make people get it, because some people be listening slow. You heard? Y'all kept hearing years ago, they kept promoting this whole mental health shit. Y'all remember about 5 years ago, they kept talking about mental health, mental health. They was basically preparing you to be crazy. They was preparing you to start going crazy out your mind. Then what they do, they started putting certain conditions on you. You feel me? Like inflation of gas, you dig? Pandemic shutdown, putting trauma on your brain. And then some people, you know, they felt a little weak, started playing with a little drugs. But the whole time, not only was you going to be hooked on the drugs, they knew eventually they was going to be slipping the Mickeys out there, and a lot of people was going to be dying. That's why I'm pretty sure everybody in this chat damn near heard of somebody that died in their sleep, or somebody that just mysteriously didn't wake up, or somebody that mysteriously passed out somewhere. You feel me? Because a lot of people that do deal with these drugs, they don't tell people. You know, some people get high behind the scenes, man. Some people don't get high till it's late at night. Everybody sleep. But you ain't know that man might have popped a fucked up pill, you know, and the man just ain't wake up the next day. That's what the fuck was going on. And guess what? It's still going on. Salute to the chat. I see you, Zeke Black. Feed the wolves. Go subscribe to Zeke Black. You heard? A good brother that's gonna give you that real New York news. That's gonna give you that real New York history, because we got people like Wack out here trying to fuck up the New York history, but guess what? He can never do that. You heard? Gotti Savage, what's going on, bro? Black unity. That's what I'm talking about. Rondell's unpopular opinion. What's going on, Queen? You always on the pull up. Queen of Detroit. What's good? Rastafari 144 from the West Coast, California, to be exact. Y'all know how I do. You heard we're going to get through this day, but we're going to keep it real. These two men have been charged with supplying fentanyl-laced pills that killed the rapper Mac Miller, and they're not even facing murder charges. You did? Because a lot of people that do know, Mac Miller was also another independent rapper like Young Dolph, very successful, and he didn't really want to fuck with them elites like that. He didn't want to sign them big contracts. Mac Miller wanted to do his own thing. You did? But they wasn't, I told y'all this shit yesterday. When you start getting a lot of money and you don't want to get them a piece, sometime mysteriously you might be up out of here. You might not wake up. You feel me? You might just have cancer in a week, fully blown cancer in 1 week. You won't even know where it came from. You feel me? Like that boy Virgil. May he rest in peace. You dig? But Mac Miller, he was a very successful independent artist. He was making a whole lot of money, but somehow he got slipped some bad fentanyl pills. And these niggas also in court admitted that they knew the pills contained fentanyl. So what kind of shit is that? Mac Miller's a rapper, and you trying to tell me he couldn't get no real pills? He couldn't purchase no real pills? We know he could have. You did? But maybe these dudes were sanctioned to do what they did when they slipped them fucked up pills on them. We also seen recently how Fetty Wap got caught with the Fetty Wap, and he had bricks of the Fetty Wap. So we already know he planned on killing a lot of people too, whether he knew it or not. All them bricks in Long Island, New Jersey, came from Cali. Man, that shit is chemical warfare. And right now, that fentanyl, them laced drugs, is killing niggas faster than bullets. I'm telling you what I know. And then the people that don't die, guess what? They hooked, and some of them got fucked up habits. That's why we in the pandemic, and guess what? A lot of people can't keep them habits going. So what they gonna start doing? Crime. And that's why anybody could be a victim. That's why I be telling y'all, your elders, the women, even men that's out here lacking, showing off, doing too much. You might be a victim because it is a lot of junkies out here. I'm gonna be real. It's a lot of drug addicts out here. Because once you get hooked on heroin, you get start with that fentanyl, you start fucking with them high explosives, that shit can take over your brain, your mind, you start doing a lot of weirdo shit. And we also know these are the same motherfuckers that specialize in them sex crimes as well, dealing with these intoxicants. But I want y'all to see how these dudes that killed Mac Miller, you understand, they're not even facing murder charges. And they probably gonna get a slap on the wrist too. And like I said, if one of us get caught with 5 E-pills, we're gonna do 10 years. I'm just being real with you. That's why you gotta watch the company you keep. You understand? And you also gotta know, eventually, for my people that do turn up and get right, eventually you gotta get off that shit. You understand? Because I'm gonna be real. It was a time when niggas was popping perk, them shits was from Watts. They was the Watson brand. They was the real pharmacist brand. But all the companies have shut down on a mass production of opioids. You dig? They shut down. So a lot of these opioids been fake. I peeped that years ago. The fake Xanax bars, all that shit. I seen niggas in, what I mean? I seen niggas about to get killed over selling fake X pills. Fake Xanax. You heard? When I was around the homies a couple years ago, you know what I'm saying? It was a homie that had purchased about 5,000 worth of Xanax. You feel me? And when he started doing this thing with him, he started getting complaints. And kind of find out they was fake ass Xanax. So he had to call back the nigga he got it from, and that shit started a confrontation. Because he felt like the nigga tried to sell him some fake pills, but the nigga might have didn't know he was selling fake pills. And that's just another level I'm showing you how those fake pills created a lot of beefs. The fake drugs have been creating a lot of beef, murder, all type of shit, because you got people feel like they're getting ripped off. And I also told you about the fake bud. It's a lot of fake weed that's laced too. Y'all know the gas that smell a certain way, but it don't hit right. And then you just chasing that taste. You got to keep going. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. The shit that have you stuck. You on the side of the bed stuck for no reason, mouth dry. That ain't bud. Shit is not gas. You heard? I told y'all, man. When I go back to smoking, I'm smoking Reggie Miller. You heard? I told you, man. But right now, everybody got to clean out, man. But like I said, I'm not here to judge. I'm just going to be real with you because I don't want nobody ODing. I want to see y'all in the chat every day, turning up. You feel me? What's good, 1090 Bori? Latasha Jordan, what's up? Father, you Allah. Peace to the God. What's good? Boss B, what's good? I don't judge nobody. Everybody do what they do, but I'm telling you, it's a chemical warfare going on. And it don't got shit to do with what you think it do. They find out ways to take you out and leave no traces, you heard? That's why I told you a lot of the drugs you get in your hood now are going to be from agents. I'm talking about it's no more El Chapos, you heard? It's no more, you know, big-time drug dealers no more. It's no more Alpos, none of that shit. No more Rick Rosses. All the big-time niggas with the work, 9 times out of 10, they agents like CEO Chris, and they are the ones sanctioned to sell the drugs in your community now. And when you try to get your money, you're going to go to jail. That's how it's set up now. That's why I'm going to prove it to you. That's why they shut down the borders. When they shut down the borders, when they shut down the planes, I want you to think for a second. In the beginning of the pandemic, when they shut everything down, right? How the fuck was the drugs coming in? Because a lot of us are smart and we know that a lot of these drugs come from right here. You know what I'm saying? They don't come from out the borders. That was another trick they told you. The borders was closed. How was all these drugs coming in the country when the country been on lockdown? Especially in the beginning. How was all them drugs circulating? These are questions you got to ask. Because I know for a fact sour diesel is grown in Mexico. That's when the shit was real. The pith, the purple haze, that's when the shit was real. That shit was coming from South America, things of that nature. You heard? It was a time when the ecstasy pills was coming from Canada by way of Europe and by way of, you know what I'm saying, Afghanistan and all that. Some of the heroin was really coming from the poppy fields in Afghanistan and things of that nature. They was coming from overseas. Don't get it fucked up. It was real drugs coming in our country. But now, the past 2, 3, 4 years, those shit's been right here. Those shit been made in laboratories. Basically cloned up drugs designed to take your ass out, to leave you slumped. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's a warfare going on. And we already in this shit. You understand? Because Mac Miller, he got killed. He was a millionaire, but he OD'd not on the pills, but they say he died because the pills was laced with fentanyl. And that's why Mac Miller's out of here. And 2 men is charged with supplying them, and they are not facing murder. You understand? Salute to the chat. Grown man talk. What's good, Pete? Top of the top, boy. As you know, for those who don't know, the channel is not called Let's Talk About It no more. It's officially Grown Man Talk. And we had a good show last night. We had a good show before that, you know, with my brother Zeke Black and Mac Mean. We were restoring order back to New York. We were restoring the respect. And like I said, we extended olive branches because we not going no more fake narratives, you did. And we also want a lot of our youth and people that really want to know the real New York history and really know about what New York is all about. We restoring some of that back to the table. You did. All that clown shit is over with. We not playing with none of them shenanigans. And I advise all my brothers from New York to do the same thing. Get on your shit and stop playing. You understand? That's what y'all need to do. And then you need to link up. Like I told y'all when I first came on, I said I'm extending olive branches. I'm gonna be linking up. I told you what I'm gonna do, and I showed and proved. Y'all see me link up with my man P, and ever since then we've been full steam ahead. You heard? Because everything I say out my mouth, I stand on it and I'm gonna back it. You feel me? And I'm gonna tell any one of y'all when y'all see me going astray, all y'all got the right to shit on me and put me on blast and violate me in the chat and violate me in the comment. Anybody got the right to violate me when I start going astray? You dig? Because each one teach one, care one, share one. That's how we roll over here. And don't get it fucked up. Like I said, man, I had people check me in the chat like, you know, niggas know I was going at Jack Frost neck, and I had a brother tell me straight up, yo, fam, I fuck with you, yo, but you should fall back off Jack Frost, man. Leave that man alone, bro. I said, you know what? You kind of right. You know what I'm saying? That man fucked up and that man homeless, and he was a big YouTuber, and he's homeless now. I'm gonna leave that man alone. I don't need to keep kicking that man in his back. But I had to kick him in his back because he was an arrogant ass nigga. And he thought that Tekashi 6ix9ine trial was going to bring him to success and make him a rich man. You know what I'm saying? Because he's another nigga that got a lot of chat donations. And he was buying Jordans every day. Then had the nerve to be bragging about his Jordans online. You feel me? Showing his sneakers, showing all his type of gears, fresh clothes he was buying with the money. But now, the nigga can't even keep a haircut. And I was trying to tell niggas, that's the whole point when you being arrogant, you don't be humble, and you don't show love to the people, because he was the main nigga kicking people out of his chat room. You feel me? You might donate to him today, and then next week he'll kick you out the chat after he took your money. And I'm trying to show you that's not how you treat people. You treat people with respect. Like my bro said, like we all say, you treat people how you want to be treated. You feel me? When you start trying to shit on people, acting like you better than people, because you get a little money, you think, oh, you fucking God. Nigga, the people gonna turn on you like a fucking pit bull. They gonna turn on you so fast and you're gonna be up out of here because you don't respect the people. That's why I told y'all kings lose crowns. That's how the shit go. Salute to the chat. All the homies in the building. That's why I say the real rights be over here. When you come over here, you're gonna see real right homies in the building. And they're gonna be humble, respectful. You feel me? That's how we roll. So don't listen to that fake narrative of that so-called gangbangers ignorant and they stupid and they bum niggas and they dirty. Don't believe none of that shit. Because every homie I know, they've handled their business. You heard? They ain't homeless on the street. They ain't out here touching kids. You feel me? And they ain't out here violating women. These are facts. We against all that shit. All them lies I was told, we against all that. And if we catch a nigga doing some of them dirty crimes, it's off with their kufi. Just know that. We don't play that. So don't believe this fake shit you be hearing. And we don't hang with snitches. We don't condone snitches in no kind of way. You heard? And yes, we are, you know, some of us are retired. We are retired. There's a difference from being retired, right? And being clean from just being a straight up civilian. Because when they use that civilian word, that's niggas that really want to tell. You feel me? Those are the niggas that if they get caught telling, they're going to say, I was a civilian. You feel me? A civilian is a lady peeking out the window. A civilian is, you know, a person that never played in the street ever. A civilian is a person that don't have nothing to do with street activity, crime, violence. They go to work, pay their taxes, they stay out the way, mind their business. Those are civilians. But once you put that one foot on that street, I don't care if you sell an ounce of weed. Once you sell an ounce of weed on the street, guess what? You ain't a civilian no more. You in the streets. You feel me? So that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. When you hear people using that civilian code word, that's a code word for snitching or hanging with snitches. And then these niggas want to dictate to you how real they are, how gangster they are, and how they put in work. But we know that's bullshit. You understand? So for everybody that pulled up, I'm going to do a recap. You dig? A brother has been caught with 1.5 million in PPP loan scamming. You dig? He got 9 years. Y'all know about one of the first stories that broke. That nigga got 9 years. So let's look at this shit. He got 9 years, and El Chapo wife only got 3 years. But she the one that was flooding the whole community with drugs. This nigga just took some money the government was giving away, trying to set niggas up. He took the money. He got 9 years. But she got 3 years. And we know she made hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions off this shit. That's El Chapo wife. She got 3 years. He got 9 years. Let's do the math. We know this shit ass backwards. That's why I told y'all the whole shit was a setup. So that's why I say, man, in America, it is what it is. You can't cry. You feel me? You just got to live your best life and be on point. Because either way, you're going to get fucked. You know what I'm saying? Once you step out of bounds, you're going to get spanked. That's how this shit works. He got 9 years for scamming money. She got 3 years for flooding America with all the finest drugs and made hundreds of millions of dollars. So that should let you know the shit ain't fair. And I'm going to tell y'all, crime don't pay. The streets is over with. I told y'all, 5G technology, you can't do nothing. Them niggas will see a pimple on your face. You can't do shit. Nothing at all. The shit you think you're getting away with, they letting you think you're getting away with it. Because due to technology, right, guess what? For all my niggas that trap, you love that phone. You ain't never gonna throw that phone away, you dig? And you don't want to accept the fact that Google got all the information already. So they already know who sell drugs. They've been knowing this shit. They see the text messages. They know all this shit, bro. Let's stop playing. They just been letting niggas get away with it. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. That's why back in the days, niggas ain't use phones. That's why back in the days, niggas ain't want to be on camera. But everybody that hustle now, what they do? They on camera, they love to be on the gram. Niggas that hustle, they love taking pictures, love running their mouth on the phone. That's why they keep going to jail. Nigga, this shit's simple as hell. All right? But this nigga got 1.5 million in PPP money. The dumb nigga bought a Rolex. You feel me? He bought a Lamborghini. He bought a Ford F-150. The nigga spent 2 bands in the strip club. Now, peep how they was tracking the records of how he spends money. Two bands in the strip club. The nigga spent $700 at the liquor store. Because we know he was buying that Douce. We know he was buying that Henny and that motherfucking Rose. We know what he was doing because we know he's a dumb nigga and he wanted to be a rapper. Let's keep it real. The nigga spent $700 at the liquor store. The nigga spent $2,500 at nightclubs. You see? So we see the nigga scam, but he ain't do nothing positive with the money. He ain't do nothing great. This the same nigga probably being stingy with his friends, his moms, all that. And this nigga did all this dumb shit. Then on top of that, he tried to pay off some property that he did get legit. He tried to pay that off, and guess what? They took that too. And then his dumbass got caught. They took the rest of the money, which was $700,000. They took that back. So guess what, y'all? He got 9 years, and he ain't even spent all the money. So let's do the math on that. The shit was a setup, and this nigga was a poster child. That's why I told y'all, anybody that scammed that money, if you get a large amount, I'm gonna be real, start getting low. You did? Or you better start trying to work out a payment plan right now, because you do not want to get caught up in this shit, because you're gonna be fucked up. And I also been heard reports of people that was on Section 8, they lost their vouchers. You know, people that was living in low income housing, they lost their cribs already. You dig? And a lot of people that work for social service, you know, at the welfare offices, they also got the knowledge and information on how a lot of people been doing it, and people been losing their cases, people been losing their food stamps, losing their benefit cards over this shit. It's just that what they doing now is they holding it over your head. They already know who did it all. They just holding it over your head to drive you crazy, hoping that you'll pop a perk or something. They want you to start popping Molly while you're stressing about that PPP loan so you can take yourself out. That's the game they playing now. You feel me? They know it's stress going on in the world, but they want you to be stressed because they really want you to pop them pills. You feel me? They really want you to hit a line here, there, laced with some Fetty Wap. So once you die, they ain't got to deal with you no more. That's really what they want. See, some of them, they don't really want the money back. They want a lot of us to take ourselves out. That's the whole game. That's why they're holding that shit over your head. That's why they put all your information on the PPP loan. They put that shit on online. Everybody that did the loan could be found online and exposed. And they did all that shit on purpose. That's why also when you go looking for a job, you might not get a job or a call back because they already know you did that loan. And guess what else? You're not getting no taxes at the end of the year. See, because when taxes is due in about what, a couple more days when them W-2s come out, that might be when they start coming for niggas' neck. That's also going to be where they're going to start trying to look at who did what, who really had the real businesses, who really got the 1099 forms, who really was paying their taxes on these businesses y'all claim, and that's when they really going to start coming for niggas' neck because the IRS be on your ass, and we know it's all about that paper trail. You heard? These are facts. So I'm telling y'all, man, I'm not here to knock nobody or judge nobody. If you did that shit, you better get low. But really, you ain't gonna be able to get low. You better start working out a payment plan. You better call them people up and work out a payment plan. I don't care if you got a cap, say I had a business, but I fucked up the business, you know what I'm saying? I fucked up the business. I was trying to pay people. You got to make up some bullshit, but you better comply because guess what? They coming for you, and you do not want to get 9 years because we're not going to see this nigga to 2030 and all he did was spend about $750,000. He's out of here. He didn't even get the rest. They took back the Lambo. They took back the F-150. They took the Rolex. You dig? And we know the strippers had a ball off this dumb nigga. You heard? He caked the strippers up, period. And he bought out the liquor store like a clown. You feel me? But this nigga got 9 years. And like I said, El Chapo wife got 3 years. And for those that just pulled the El Chapo wife, she got 3 years and she pleaded guilty to money laundering and conspiracy to distribute cocaine, meth, heroin, and marijuana. And she got a slap on the wrist. And like I said earlier, we know she was locked up already for about, what, over a year? So that's a lot of time served. She probably gonna do a couple more months and she'll be home, probably with an ankle bracelet, and she'll be chilling. That's how this shit work. You feel me? The villain always gets away. Y'all seen that shit in the movies. The bad guy always come back. That's how it goes. So who's to say the nigga CEO Chris wasn't getting his work directly from El Chapo wife? You feel me? Because if I'm not mistaken, she locked up in New York City in that federal building. You did the same building Takashi was in, the same building R. Kelly in. You understand? The same. You understand? That's why I say, man, it's a lot of games going on, but we ain't got to get in all that, man. We're gonna say rest in peace to Young Dolph also because he had his funeral service yesterday. You did, and we know Young Dolph. You know, they said that man had over 100 properties in Memphis. He also was successful off his independent rap career. And he didn't owe nobody nothing. And nobody was in his pockets. He had a deal with Empire Records, you did, but he was worth a whole lot of money as a black entrepreneur. And we see that even every time you try to live your life legit, every time you try to do the right thing, it's always somebody trying to put their foot on your neck, man. And that's the American way. That's why I tell y'all, lay low. When you getting some shit, lay the fuck low. Don't put everybody in your business, you heard? Lay the fuck low. That's how this shit work. You dig? Salute to the chat once again. I see y'all in the building. I see Killer Cab. I don't know if that's the real Killer Cab, you heard? You know what I'm saying? Everybody been looking for Killer Cab, man. That's the homie, man. So anyway, man, salute to the chat. DJ Manny Styles, you heard? What's good? Boss B. Y'all know what time it is, man. Grown man talk. My nigga P Money Bags, you heard? Make sure y'all catch the channel, man. Make sure y'all catch us, man. 10 p.m. Monday through Friday. Like I told y'all, y'all tap into Rondell. Y'all tap into Rondell's Unpopular Opinion. You tap into Zeke Black. I'm telling you, we got a network going on behind the scenes, man. We doing this shit for real. But guess what? Once you tap in, we all family. You understand? That's how we roll over here. Ain't no hate, ain't no slander. But if you get checked, hey, that's on you. It's all on you how you take it. Like we was talking about the other day, my nigga Z, nigga, that's lobby talk, nigga. You feel me? We grew up joking, we grew up slapboxing, but we know we didn't grow up trying to kill each other. You dig? We didn't grow up like that, trying to kill our friends and shit, trying to kill our people. We only try to kill somebody if they violate our family. You heard? And I'm gonna say allegedly on that. But we ain't with none of that negative energy shit. You heard? You'll see niggas that love that negative energy, when it's all said and done, they gonna end up nowhere. That's just how the shit roll. You can't be negative all the time, you heard? But sometimes you do gotta get wicked to let niggas know you ain't playing. But other than that, we don't promote none of that. When you come over here, positive vibes, everybody gonna have a good time, period. And it's a 4NOFAME Primetime episode 50. So y'all know this is a big day for me. This is a big episode because, like I said, I ain't know I make it this far with this shit. Heard? But we here. And thanks to y'all support, you understand, I'm doing my thing without no major platform. I have not been on no major platform, period. You dig? I just started getting support. And shout out to my brother Jay Marvelous. Let me not forget. Go subscribe to Jay Marvelous. That's one of the main brothers with a big platform that have been supporting me at a high level. And we got to get him up to 100,000 subscribers because he in the 90,000s. He about 94,000, 95,000. We got to get him to 100,000. So I'm going to tell you, everybody, go subscribe to my boy Jay Marvelous. And he got a lot of jewels, a lot of information. And he specializes at putting the people on to what time it is. You did. He on the same type of shit I'm on. So go subscribe to my boy Jay Marvelous, because that man been supporting me heavy more than any other person. And I am gonna go on your platform, bro. I'll be missing you a lot. I gotta catch you this week, and I will call up. You dig? I owe you that regardless. You heard? Because you always support me, as well as Rondell. You heard? She 10,000 subscribers up. She just touched her 10,000, and she's still climbing to the top. But these are the people that have been sharing my video. These are the people that have been supporting me. But as an individual, I have not been on no major platform. You dig? So I grind it up from scratch, the same way a nigga in the street gonna grind that work up. That's how I grind. The same way you get that job, right? And they try to pay you minimum wage, but when it's all said and done, you grind that minimum wage up to $10 extra, or you make it a supervisor, you heard? The same way you come through McDonald's flipping them fries, and then you next thing you know, a year later, you manager. That's my hustle. That's how I get down, period. Hustle's gonna hustle, you heard? Beggars gonna beg, and lazy niggas gonna be lazy. That's why I get up top of the top, nigga. That's what I'm talking about. Support and salute to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Mr. X, I see you. Little God, what's the business? Salute to everybody that just pulled up for the first time as well. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment. You know what I'm saying? I don't tell you what to like. You know what I mean? You can like or dislike either way. The algorithm gonna jump. It don't matter. You heard? That's what I'm talking about. We all at, man. We all at in the building, man. I gotta let the chat shine right now, man. You heard? I'm gonna pull up out of here. We gotta get through the day. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be tuning in the other channels. What's good, Austin, Texas? That's what I'm talking about. I told you we worldwide. Look, salute to the whole East Coast, the whole dirty South. You did the Midwest and the West Coast, and also everywhere around the map. You know what I'm saying? I got people in the chat from all over Texas. You know, New England, California, Detroit. That's how we roll over here. And definitely all my New York people in the building. You feel me? That's the core right here. When you want the real New York sauce, this is where you come at. Or you make sure you come to Grown Man Talk. You make sure you go to Let's Talk About It. Pardon me. You make sure you go to Zeke Black Feed the Wolves when you want real New York content. And there's a few others out there. You understand? But I support those who support me. That's all this is about. I don't show no favoritism. I don't tell nobody who to watch. None of that shit. But I support those who support me, and that's how we do this shit. Ty Brown, what's good? My boy 1090 Bori. Yeah, go subscribe to my boy 1090 Bori too. You understand? He another brother that speak his mind. He ain't no follower, and he give his own opinion. That's why I don't fuck with no followers. I don't fuck with a content creator that creates a channel just to follow other people. Nigga, you could have stayed a follower. Why the fuck you gonna make a channel if you want to sit here and agree with everybody and kiss ass and ride dick? You part of my expression, but that's my point. Why the fuck do you have a brand just so you can agree with everybody? That's not what this for. You dig? CNN got their own opinion. CBS News got their own opinion. You feel me? Y'all get what I'm going. ABC got their own opinion. Headline News. They don't sit there and keep agreeing with each other and try to do the same fucking thing. But that's what some of you clown niggas do. Because you don't know how to be original. You're scared and you suckers and you follow whatever somebody else say because you don't want to hurt no feelings. You dig? Everybody don't gotta agree with me, and I don't want you to. Because what they say, knowledge is supposed to be something you never heard before, you did, or you're supposed to research it and prove me wrong first. You research it and prove me wrong, guess what? My bad, I apologize. You're right. I missed that. That's what I'm gonna say, because now I'm learning something. You did? Only a dumb nigga gonna act like he know everything and always act like he teaching you something. That's a fool. Salute to the chat. Salute to the building. Episode 50, Blackbird. And once again, if you do want to donate to the channel, the Cash App is $4NOFAME Love LUV. For those that do want to donate throughout, whenever. It don't matter. Like I said, it don't matter if it's $1 or whatever. It don't matter. Whenever you get ready to donate, it's on you. You can do that. But y'all know I'm going to keep coming harder and stronger every day regardless. And I'm going to keep showing love. And I'm going to keep letting everybody get their shine on. You heard? That's how we do. Salute Gotti Savage. You understand? This brother always supporting me and always sharing my shit. You know what I'm saying? And also tell your friend to tell a friend. And also, if you're not a YouTube content creator, you can share my shit on any platform if you want to. Another thing I'm gonna tell my content creator, if you want to use any of my content, you can use my content. Just give me my credit. You feel me? I don't strike none of that. If you want to use my voice over anything, if you want to use anything from my page, you good to use it. You feel me? Just give me my credit and we Gucci. That's it. You feel me? That's how I roll over here. Because I want some of this shit to get out there. People need to know what time it is. And that's how we rolling. Miss Playful, you've been hiding today. You've been hiding out. Like I said, man, the queens be in the building, man. That's how we do over here. We keep a good balance, man. It ain't never too much testosterone over here. Period. But that's what it is, though. For those that didn't catch it, you make sure you rewind, you dig, you bring it to the top, and check it out, man. And also, you get a chance, you go to Grown Man Talk channel and you go to that content. We got archive. We about 20-some episodes in on there. You feel me? So when you in the crib cleaning up, whatever you doing, riding around, you can throw our playlists on and you can vibe out and get some information. And guess what? We also got that comedy. You feel me? We might have you crying, laughing, busting out tears. You heard? That's how we get down. But I told y'all before, we just getting started. We just getting started. Don't get it twisted. We just getting this shit started. You heard? But that's what it is, though, man. Like I say, man, 4NOFAME Primetime episode 50. And I spoke on the brother that got 9 years for the PPP loan. I told you about El Chapo wife, how she only got 3 years for flooding and destroying America with all her drugs. You dig? And the people that got McMean overdose, the people that made him overdose, them niggas ain't even being charged with murder. And they admitted they gave him the pills laced with the Fetty Wap. So, like I said, man, keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes on the prize. Don't get too much distracted because it's a lot of bullshit. I be trying to have positive information, but I can't never find the shit. So I can't get up here and start lying and shit and tell you everything gonna be all right. It's only gonna be all right if you make it all right. That's how it's gonna work. You know what I'm saying? With that note, y'all know I'm about to be the fuck up out of here. You know what I'm saying? One.